Good evening.
Welcome to This Week in Review.
This week in review we have
Honorable David Gilbert was in town this week regarding the Meech Lake Accord.
We really
Here's April for the shovel.
actually well keep our party line in Nape because when we do certain, I know we'll get one use it and we use one enter or something. Or can we do that?
Get rid of it. No, it's not good to have that because you can't answer the phone if you're sitting to the desk.
No, you're sitting in one day. If you're sitting to this there, my phone rings, you gotta get up and go over there and answer.
Oh. Let's get rid of it.
Why does this sound
I'll send better every Christmas.
Mr. Gilbert dropped by our office on Tuesday and asked us if we would conduct a Meech Lake.
Monday night, June 18th, the kindergarten graduation took place at A.J. Matthews. Let's take a look as these little guys take a big step from grade kindergarten to grade 1.
We finally have some news regarding the Burgeo fish plant. Mayor MacDonald dropped by this week. He informed us that he is optimistic something will be resolved with regards to the Burgeo fish plant within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Before the deal is signed, the company involved will be coming to Burgeo to meet with the town council and the employees.
Any weather all week hasn't kept the members of Nape 1202 off their picket line.
Yeah, I got a shot of it.
That's good shot. California for the Eagles. It's 5:40.
There are now definite signs of growth at our provincial park. Construction began at Sandbanks approximately 2 weeks ago.
On Thursday, Mayor MacDonald walked 5 miles to help raise money for heart and stroke disease.
Good evening, Mayor MacDonald. It's not the best evening for a walk.
No, it's not the best evening, Peggy. It's certainly a wet one and windy one, but certainly I guess we got the good carry on. We can't wait for all fine weather in Newfoundland.
This is true. Would you mind telling us why you are making this walk?
Well, the reason why I'm making a walk some time ago, I guess a couple of weeks ago, the council, I guess, had a letter from the Heart and Stroke Foundation in Newfoundland, and the honorary patron of that foundation is Premier Wells, and the executive director is Tina Fagan, and they have asked all mayors to participate in a walk this year to raise money to help fight the heart and stroke disease. So I consider to take the challenge on and have the walk. I guess the main reason is, in our community, as you are aware, there are a lot of people that's died over the past years through heart and stroke disease, and at the present time we do have people suffering from heart and stroke disease in our community now. So this is the reason why I took the challenge and participated in the walk to try and raise funds to try and see if we can become more advanced in the medical world, I guess, to bring in more modern technology to try and overcome those situations.
So how much money did you make for this worthy cause?
Up to this point in time of seeding, and I have been around stores and collected the sponsor sheets of seeding, we have approximately $470 collected. I'm expecting to get more because I know I've had some calls that people want to sponsor, so the deadline for sponsoring will be Tuesday of next week, because we have to have it in by the end of the month.
So where did you start walking from?
I started walking in at the old section of the pavement. I think it is 6 miles in this just before we get to Wolffield. So I plan now to walk out to Burgeo and make a complete circle around Burgeo and call quits for the day.
I see. Okay, thank you for talking with us, Mr. MacDonald, and I wish you good luck with your walk.
Yes, Peggy, but before we go, I would like to thank our sponsors and the business who took the time to add the sponsor sheets in their buildings, and all of the people who sponsored. And there are some people who have signed the sponsor sheet but have not yet paid their money. So if they would, it would be greatly appreciated if they could get their money in by Tuesday evening.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Peggy.
Okay, take her slow, Dave. Meech, probably.
As you are aware, there are still problems with Channel 16. The actual problem is not yet known. We are not sure if it is a problem with the equipment or something that is not quite understood. The video cipher has been sent away again, and we hope things will be straightened out when it returns.
Due to poor reception of FM stereo in some areas of town, Clyde Strickland, along with board member Aidan Brown, raised the FM antenna approximately 10 feet and redirected it more toward the center of town. We hope we are getting better reception. Burgeo Broadcasting System has a unique history. The company was founded in 1981. Since that time, 2 community channels have been set up. Community Channel 13, which displays store specials and other commercial ads, and the other being Community Channel 10, the channel you are presently watching. This channel has a daily computer printout which displays various public ads such as for sale items, meeting dates, tender calls, notes of thanks, etc.
Equipment, some cameras and VCRs and editing machines, and so we can continue to bring you some of the things that you've seen here last night and tonight. And the pledges are still coming in. I mean, it's just been a fantastic response.
Visitors and everyone had a great time. The Come Home Your Committee spent weeks upon weeks preparing for this event, and despite the wet weather, everyone still had a wonderful time. And I don't think I'd be exaggerating if I said that the tarps saved the day. It was really a She sure looks like one happy girl. Belinda is in Toronto right now, thanks to the Come Home Your Committee.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Channel 10 Bloopers. We have a collection of bloopers to show you tonight over the past year, and we hope you enjoy them.
That's it for tonight's show. Next week, we will bring you the council report. I'll give you an update on the Senior Citizens Complex, and hopefully Sharon Park from Alcohol Drug Dependency Commission will be in town with regards to Drug Awareness Week. Mrs. Park was scheduled to be in town last Friday, but had to cancel due to weather.
Thank you, Becky. That's it for tonight's show. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for the show We'll Rant and We'll Roar. On behalf of BBS.
That's it for another This Week in Review.
I would now like to thank our new volunteers. The week June 17th through to June 23rd was Safety Week at Hydro. Safety Week does not mean that you should practice safety any more this week than any other. It is more or less an awareness week. Here are a few safety tips that we should practice from day to day.
Don't touch equipment you don't understand.
Don't wear loose clothing around machines.
Use the right tool for the job.
Do not overload electrical circuits.
Pick up items dropped on the floor.
Watch out, accidents are always unexpected.
Wednesday night, Peggy and I held a volunteer meeting to try to recruit a few new volunteers. We are quite pleased to inform you that we have 6 new volunteers. They are Julia Carter, Jason White, Tracy Warren, Penny Dolman, Tina Hiscock, and Sandy Strickland. We are more than happy to welcome these people and anyone else who would like to become a volunteer.
We spoke with Mr. Ed Batcher this week. He informed us that Penguin Area Development Association has sponsored a project through Ducks Unlimited to install 300 eider nesting boxes on Wreck Island, or as we say, Rack Island.
To be attacked by a big mother duck or something. Look how noisy they make. What kind of birds is it?
Ducks.
Sure? What's back there? Man, we need to come here, Dave, for that little bird watching stuff. I guess a picture right here.
Our binoculars.
You can't. Indicorn. What's that flying over there? Hey?
A bird.
I don't know my birds.
I don't either, yeah. Mother of a dream.
On Tuesday night, the grade 6 students celebrated taking an even bigger step as they prepared to leave A.J. Matthews Elementary and move on to St. John Central High to do their grade 7. Let's take a look at the grade 6 graduation.
Some people laugh and others cry. Mrs. Thatcher was trying to sell the children down while at the same time talk to my moms. If I remember correctly, Jason Anderson, for one, cried at times for it that day. I guess he was shy. I wonder what happened. He's certainly not shy now. Mr. Shaw makes me a bit old and a bit better shape. But don't let him fool you. Remember how bad he chased Jason's brother around the classroom? He didn't look like someone on me on that day. I thought Dad was trying to get the track.
However, these certificates are not a grade 6 certificate. It's just a certificate of graduation.
There were also various dances such as this one where you match the boot with the boy.
TWIR was in again this week for the bi-weekly council report.
Good evening once again, everyone, and welcome to another Town Council report. The following items were discussed at our last council meeting. Smalls Island Bridge. Council is in receipt of the design plans for the new Smalls Island Bridge. These plans have also been forwarded to the Minister of Municipal Affairs for official approval. Council was also informed by the engineering firm that the actual cost of this project will be in excess of the original estimate of $800,000. Town manager spoke briefly about this to our member on his recent visit to Burgeo and was told to go ahead with the tender call as planned and not to be overly concerned with the additional costs. With no pun intended, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Incinerator. Mr. Kendall informed Council that the engineering firm is still working on this item, but to date have not been able to visit Burgeo with officials from the Department of Environment to look at potential sites. Hopefully they will visit our area and make some preliminary recommendations by our next council meeting. Burgeo coin. Council was disappointed at the latest information received regarding this item. We had hoped to purchase a medallion or coin to commemorate our bicentennial. However, the minimum quantity was 3,000 coins at a total cost of $4,600 to be minted in 3 months' time. Council felt that the cost could not be justified, and also the time taken would be too late for the tourist season. Therefore, Council did not place an order for these coins. Sidewalk construction. Council's application for funding for this project was approved for 6 workers for 12 weeks duration. Tentative startup date is scheduled for July the 16th. Letter of support. Mr. Kendall read a letter of support from our member, Honorable David Gilbert, to Mr. Avery of Newfoundland Hydro regarding the possibility of a connection to the hydro grid serving the Port Basque area from the Hope Brook mine. Cemetery Committee. A letter was received from this committee seeking assistance from Council in attempting to identify a potential site for a future cemetery. Deputy Mayor Marks and Councillor Young will be representing Council on this cemetery committee. Council gave its regular donation of $500 to the Fire Department as a contribution to their annual Firemen's Convention to be held later this month in St. John's. Challenge 90. 3 students have been hired by the town as part of the Challenge 90 summer program. These jobs will begin on Tuesday, June the 26th. New loader. Tenders were recently called for the supply of a new loader. A decision was made by Council to approach government to get approval for a bank loan to purchase a new loader from Harvey & Company. Also, Council, as part of its preventive maintenance routine on its equipment, will also have its present loader completely overhauled by Newfoundland Tractor Limited. Dentist. Town manager recently received a letter from a dentist interested in setting up a dental practice here at Burgeo. Council certainly will support and endorse any attempts to attract dental services to our area. In cooperation with our local hospital and that of Western Memorial, a temporary dental clinic may be set up at the Burgeo Hospital, seeing plans call for a dental clinic to be included in the proposed new hospital. Although nothing has been finalized regarding this yet, Council is attempting to look at other options including accommodations, dental space, etc., to assist in the establishing of a dental clinic for Burgeo. Tentative date for this service is sometime in August. Old co-op structure. Concern has been expressed about the remaining old concrete bridge structure that was once a part of the co-op enterprise located at Furby's Harbour. It was felt that with a relatively small amount of funding and work, this structure could be turned from the present eyesore into some sort of a lookout or resting site, especially for seniors. Although nothing has been finalized, council plans throughout the summer to probably cap this structure with cement or gravel, install railing around it, paint the old thing, and perhaps place a bench or two on top for anyone wishing just to sit for a while overlooking the harbour. It is a very historic site going back well over 100 years to the firm of Robert Moulton Limited, later known as Burgeo and Lapoil Export Company Limited. Garbage collection tender. The tender was awarded once again to Tit Anderson for the garbage collection for another year. Council is pleased with the service that has been provided over the past number of years. Also, it is pleasing to see that the garbage containers are being well used around town. Baseball playing on the playground. Council has received much concern from parents of small children regarding their safety while playing on the playground. We feel the playground is not a ball field and therefore cannot permit ball games by bigger boys on the playground. This area is designed only for children up to 14 years of age. Ball games will have to be played on the ball field. Regarding teachers and high school students using the playground to play ball, Deputy Mayor Marks informed Council that on such occasions the school bus could easily be made accessible to take students to the ball field. We are asking for your cooperation in this matter. Council is concerned over the safety of smaller children while playing on the playground. Mayor's Walk. A word of thanks from the Mayor to all who sponsored him in his recent walk to raise money to fight heart and stroke disease. Hopefully an update will be given in a later report. Burgeo Museum. While still in a very preliminary stage as yet, interest to form a museum for Burgeo has been expressed. The museum committee have identified a couple of potential properties for such a purpose, and at present we are attempting to find out the future plans of one such site. Also, funds from a couple of now defunct organizations were recently allocated to the museum committee. Even though we may not acquire any physical property for a museum until sometime in the future, we are confident that it will become a reality. In the meantime, please hold on to those artifacts a little longer, rather than throw them into the garbage. Any financial contribution you would like to make to this museum can be passed in to the town office. Finally, to all our school students from your town council, have a great, safe summer. Well, that's it for another council report. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, good night.
For those of you that have been wondering, we are not coming to you from Grandy's Brook or Lydes River this week. We have a new wall mural for our studio.
That's Derek.
Do this Derek treat you very nice?
Oh, excellent.
Oh, excellent.
So I must go, it's getting late and I'm getting bored and tired.
Me?
So I have to go. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
You're welcome.
So Michelle's talking about rap right now.
I guess that's it for another This Week in Review.
I would now like to thank our new volunteers, Jason White, Julia Carter, and Tina Hiscock, for helping us this week. I would also like to thank one of our older volunteers, Mike Pink, who helped us again this week. Your time and effort is greatly appreciated. On behalf of BBS and the BBS volunteers, thank you for watching. I'm Peggy Ann.
And I'm Dave Cooper.
Wishing you a great week. Good night.
Good night. Can't resort my papers, so I already have them sorted.
Keep doing it.
All right, your turn.
What are we going to be doing now?
I'd follow this paper on this little Sandy Strickland group. This little one over there giggling in the corner.
Uh-huh. So we're
Don't we
almost
look
finished
sweet?
here.
Aren't we like two little birdies sitting up in the brook?
He looks like Red Orange almost, yeah.
Tweet, tweet. I'm afraid in dark.